Hey guys, it's me, Alyssa, and today I'm going to show you how having nice eyebrows will change your life. Okay, so not really, but I'm going to show you how to get nice eyebrows and how I do my eyebrow routine, and I'm very excited. So if you guys are interested in this video, then keep watching. So these eyebrows right now are my bare eyebrows. I've done nothing to them. So yeah, let's do this thing. Okay, so these are my eyebrows. To groom my eyebrows, I do two different things. About every 1 to 2 weeks, I will wax my eyebrows, and in between, I'll pluck them. So I'm gonna show you guys how I wax them today, because basically what I do when I pluck them is I just pluck like stray hairs, and I haven't plucked in a while, so I'm just gonna wax because I thought that that would be informational for you guys. The wax that I use is the Gigi Strip Free Wax, and you can get this stuff from Sally Beauty Supply. I don't know about anywhere else, but that's where I get it, and it comes with like a really good amount of wax, and it lasts you a long time. I'm gonna be needing to get another one, but basically all that you have to do with this is you just take it and pop it in the microwave for 30 to 40 seconds, and then it's gonna get nice and kind of to almost a liquid state. You have to make sure that it cools down a little bit because you don't wanna like burn yourself clearly, but once it's in kind of like a liquidy, like a thick liquid state, that's good, that's where you want it, and that is where I wax my eyebrows. So what I do is I take toothpicks, and I will take a toothpick and dip it in here. So you just kind of like dip it into the wax and get a little bit on your toothpick. And then I'll take it and run it where I want to pluck. And this process usually takes me a while because I'm really careful with it. I don't go just like one stroke, I take a while. I just kind of carry it along my eyebrow where I want to pluck. And then I'll run it along the front area right here. Usually I don't really need to do anything with the top area of my brows because you're not really supposed to, or it's frowned upon to like do anything with the top of your brows because you want to keep the natural shape and then just pluck into the shape that you want underneath. So I'm gonna let this sit and I'm gonna go in and do this eyebrow with the wax now. Okay, so now that I have the wax on both of my eyebrows and I have everything kind of like mapped out to the way that I want it to be, I'm gonna let it sit just for a little bit, and I'm gonna talk to you guys really quick because I wanted to let you guys know that I recommend that if you've never done anything before, you go into a store like Ulta has a Benefit Brow Bar, or just go into like a place that will wax your eyebrows for you and have them wax them to a nice shape, because I know that when I first started out doing my eyebrows, I overplucked them, and I really recommend that if you want your eyebrows to look nice and you want to be able to maintain them the way that I do, you need to have a basis for the shape of your eyebrows from a trained professional. So I think that this side is probably dry. So basically, this is like strip free, so you don't really have to do anything but just like pick up at one end and then just kind of like rip it off, basically, like that. You can see, I don't know if you can or not. Yep, there you go. You can see all the little eyebrow hairs, so it does work. This is very, very good wax. And I'm just gonna do the other eyebrow now. Oops, that did nothing. And the more that you pluck or wax your eyebrows, the less it'll hurt, so I wouldn't really worry too much about that. It's just like I've had like years of getting used to doing this, so it doesn't really hurt for me anymore. If you have to, you can always ice your eyebrows beforehand. I used to do that. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna brush out my eyebrows, and I'm just gonna do this so that I can look at them and see if they're what I want my eyebrows to look like. I'm pretty much happy with what I have going on right now, but I do have a few little stray hairs that still weren't picked up by the wax. So what I'm just gonna do is go in with my tweezers, and I got these from Revlon, I think. Just like at any drugstore you can get Revlon. And I'm just going to pluck at any of the areas that I'm not happy with. The main thing about eyebrows is that they're pretty much all up to personal preference. So it's kind of just like what you want your eyebrow to look like. So I can't completely tell you what to do to your eyebrows because it's kind of just what you want your brows to look like. I kind of like a thick but thin look. Like I don't like my eyebrows too thin, but I don't like them super thick because they make me look kind of kiddish because I'm a senior in high school. I'm 17, but I have kind of like a baby face, so it just doesn't work out very well for me. Now I'm going to show you guys what I do to fill in my eyebrows, which is the exciting part. Basically what I use to fill in my eyebrows is this. I use the Naked Basics palette, and I use two colors from this palette. I use Naked 2, which is a light brown color, and Faint, which is a darker brown. And I use a really tiny angled brush for this because I like to get in and be very detailed. And what I like to do is I like to pick up Faint, which is the darker color. I like to work in short strokes, and I know a lot of people say that, but it's important if you want your eyebrows to look natural. And I'm gonna fill in the tail end of my eyebrow. Up until right about there. And then I will stop. And then I'm gonna do the other eye. So now that I have this situation going on, I'm gonna take Naked 2, which is the lighter brown color, on the same brush, and use that to just work into the outer area of my eyebrows. And I like to kind of feather it upward from the bottom of my eyebrows up in like short strokes to kind of mimic the hair, and just blend the color in to the rest of my eyebrow. So now I'm gonna move on to concealing, and the thing about concealing your eyebrows is that you want to find a color that is your skin tone, because we're not trying to highlight our eyebrows, we're just trying to sculpt them. So putting a lighter color is not gonna do you very well. The color that I use and the concealer that I use for this is the NW20 Studio Finish Concealer from MAC. And this is kind of like a thicker concealer. I don't really recommend using a concealer like, say, the Maybelline Fit Me, because it's a really liquidy concealer and it's not really going to get you the effect that we are looking for. I'm going to take my matte concealer and an angled brush, and I'm going to just get some concealer on the brush. And I'm going to take this, and this part is very concentration. That did not make sense. This part requires concentration. So I'm gonna take this and run it along my eyebrow. So I run it there, and then I'm gonna run it around the other side, so above my eyebrow. And then what I like to do is take just a little bit and feather it up here. So now what I'm gonna do is you can basically use whatever you want to blend it. I like to use my finger because it blends everything really nicely, like the warmth of your finger. So you can kind of just like press your finger into it. I'm gonna conceal the other eyebrow now. The last step to the whole concealing process is going to be setting your concealer with a little bit of powder, and the powder that I'm using is the Rimmel Stay Matte in 011 Creamy Natural, and I just use the Rimmel Stay Matte for everything, but I'm gonna take this on a kind of concealer brush and just pat it where I put the concealer. This is gonna mattify the area, as well as set it so that it doesn't come undone during the day. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my NYX eyebrow gel, and I'm just gonna work this very, very gently into my eyebrows, to set them. And you don't want to get it on your concealer, so you just have to be careful with this step. And the last step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Naked Basics palette again, and I'm going to take these two colors. I like to mix them together. It is Walk of Shame and Foxy, and I'm just going to take these on a fluffy eyeshadow brush like this and just put it underneath my eyebrow to highlight. So these are the finished brows. So I hope that this video was informative and whatever else an eyebrow video would be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any requests, then go ahead and leave them down below in the comments and I will make sure to check them out. I always respond to comments, so if you guys want to comment down below, I will be sure to get back to you. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.